What's going on, guys? It's Investing Hustler here, and today I'm going to be comparing Canopy Growth versus Aurora Cannabis and their earnings calls. Which company had the better earnings? First of all, I just want to ask you guys to give me a quick like, and if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe and that notification bell. Also, the other day I released a video titled "How much do small YouTubers make?" and I asked you guys to give me 150 likes and I'll show you guys exactly how much money I made on my most viewed video. And you guys gave me 150 likes in less than 24 hours, so thank you guys for that. I'll be making a video and I'll be showing you guys my top 10 highest paid videos and show you guys exactly how much money I made with those videos. And on top of that, I want to kind of start doing something new with my channel where I'm going to be giving creators some advice on their channels. So if you guys see a thumbnail with a big YouTube logo in the back, usually that video will be about YouTube, about growing your channel. Maybe I'll give you guys some tips here and there. Also, another thought I had in mind is I want to start doing a live stream either every Sunday or Saturday, and it will be to help small creators grow. So pretty much I'm gonna be reviewing everyone's channels. Well, not everyone's. I'm gonna probably be randomly picking some channels, and then I'll be reviewing your channel, giving you guys some tips. You guys can subscribe to each other, you guys can grow together. Let me know what you guys think, whether you think that's a good idea, whether it's a bad idea. Also, a lot of you guys have been asking to see more of my little puppies. Here's a little guy right here. They're getting a little chunky and their eyes are finally opening. So they're growing up nice and big. This little guy, say hi, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up for these little puppies. But either way, let's get this video started. This is about Aurora Cannabis and Canopy. So right now we're going to compare Canopy Growth with Aurora Cannabis. First, we're going to look at CGC and ACB in American dollars, and then we're going to look at the Canadian dollars. So right now, Canopy Growth is sitting at $47.56, up 3.12% on Friday. So tomorrow, 9 a.m., I'm going to be looking at the pre-market of Canopy Growth and Aurora Cannabis, and you guys can check it out 9 a.m., half an hour before the markets open. So let's look at their technical analysis real quick. Right now, they're a sell, a buy, and a strong buy in the 1 day. The 1 minute, they're a sell, a strong sell, and a strong sell. So right now, Canopy's market cap is $16.419 billion. They have 223.74 million shares outstanding. Their price to revenue is 229, price to sales 276. If I'm looking at a normal company, I would say this company is way overvalued. Right now, we do know that the marijuana industry is a growth industry and these valuations aren't going to make any sense. So yes, right now 229, 276, that's way overvalued in my opinion. So now let's look at Aurora Cannabis. Aurora Cannabis right now is currently sitting at $7.05, down 0.7% on Friday. If we look at their technical analysis, Aurora Cannabis is a buy, and a buy. Their 1 minute is a sell, and a neutral. Market cap is $7.4 billion. This is in American dollars, and the shares outstanding is now 998 million. So Aurora Cannabis shares went up. Before they were at 960 something million. Now it's at 998 million. So they might as well have 1 billion shares outstanding. So they keep diluting their shares. So yeah, now let's look at their price to revenue. Price to revenue 77, price to sales 168. When you compare that to Canopy Growth, it's a little better. But the one thing I like about Canopy Growth is they only have 223 outstanding shares versus Aurora, which is almost at 1 billion. So it's kind of tough to pick which company is better right now. So let's just take a quick look at their earnings. So right now, the total revenue for Aurora Cannabis was $54,178,000. The total revenue for Canopy Growth was $83,048,000. So Canopy Growth wins in that one. So cost of revenue is $22 million versus 70 million. Gross profit, Canopy Growth had 12.4 million when Aurora had 32.14 million. So now let's look at the operating expenses. The operating income or loss, Aurora Cannabis lost 74 million versus Canopy Growth losing 152 million. Let's take a quick look at their net income from continuing operations. So Aurora Cannabis lost 239,642,000. So net income from continuing ops, Canopy Growth actually made 74,860,000. So that's looking a little better for Canopy Growth right now. So now I just want to look at their balance sheet real quick. Let's look at both companies' balance sheet. So cash and cash equivalents. This is for Aurora Cannabis. They have 46 million. Let's look at Canopy Growth. They have 4.1 billion, and this is in Canadian dollars. And most of this cash is thanks to that deal that they made with Constellation Brands. So right now, Canopy Growth is way up on that. They're a cash cow. They have so much cash. They probably don't even know what to do with it right now, but they could grow as quick as they want. They can invest in as many things as they want. So Canopy Growth is definitely winning in that. So short-term investments, 799 million. Short-term investments for Canopy is 1 million. Let's just go to total current assets, 393 million for Aurora Cannabis. Total current assets for Canopy, 5,277,000. So right now, Canopy is way ahead of Aurora Cannabis in the total current assets. But once again, that's because of that Constellation brand investment that they had. Now we're going to scroll down to total assets. Canopy Growth has 8.64 billion. And let's look at Aurora Cannabis. Aurora Cannabis total assets is 575 million. So once again, Canopy Growth is way up, but 4 of those 8.6 billion are from the $5 billion Constellation brand investment that they had. So net tangible assets, 529 million. That's for Aurora Cannabis. Net tangible assets, 5.24 billion. So I don't even think this comparison is even fair right now, because right when it comes to the balance sheet, Canopy is way up ahead than Aurora Cannabis, but that's also because Aurora Cannabis has yet to make a deal. If you guys want to watch a video where there's a lot of rumored deals going on with Aurora Cannabis, I'll leave the link right here on the top corner. You guys could check it out. Some rumors with Coca-Cola and Aurora Cannabis. None of it is guaranteed. It's just I've noticed a lot of companies have been talking about it, bringing it up again. One of them being the Midas letter. So that's pretty much it for the comparison. Just by looking at that, right now Canopy Growth has a lot more cash than Aurora Cannabis, so it kind of gives them an advantage. So now there's another article called Canopy Growth versus Aurora Cannabis. Who had the better quarter? And this is by the Motley Fool. This is a love-hate thing. Some people hate them, some people love them. I'm just going to skim past this article and we're going to take a look at them. Canada's 2 largest cannabis companies unveiled their quarterly results this week, and the results show that Canopy Growth and Aurora Cannabis remain locked in a battle to dominate what becomes a $200 billion marketplace someday. The quarterly reports are particularly important because they give investors the first glimpse at how recreational marijuana use may affect future sales and profitability. Let's take a closer look to see which of these companies is making the most of this tantalizing market so far. So number 1, powering up production. Investors are giving a lot of attention to planned and annual marijuana production capacity, but the number that really matters is how many kilograms of product each of these companies is pushing out of the warehouse store every quarter. Canopy Growth has pegged its medical marijuana market shares up 30% in the past, making it Canada's top medical marijuana provider. However, Aurora Cannabis has been acquiring competitors like crazy, and that has it nipping at Canopy Growth's heels. However, Aurora Cannabis' splashy acquisitions of CanMed and MedRelief last year weren't enough to allow it to sell as much marijuana as Canopy Growth when Canada's recreational market opened on October 17th. In the quarter, Canopy Growth remained king, selling 10,102 kilograms of marijuana, the equivalent products including oils, while Aurora Cannabis only sold nearly 7,000 kilograms. Although Canopy Growth retains the title as the bigger of the two in terms of selling product, it's hard to knock the 502% year-over-year increase at Aurora's growth. Two companies are both plowing big money into their grow facilities to increase yield, so it's soon to say Aurora Cannabis can close the gap. So right now the advantage goes to Canopy Growth. Now, I'm not going to read this full article, but the hot sales, it currently goes right now to, if you look at the bottom, the advantage goes to Canopy Growth. The performance towards profitability, let's see who the advantage goes to. Advantage goes to Aurora Cannabis just by a nose. So what's the verdict? This was a transformative quarter for Canopy Growth, and Aurora Cannabis sales skyrocketed with the start of recreational sales in Canada, but so did expenses. Overall, I think they're both long-term buys for growth investors. But if I had to pick the one I felt put up the better report last quarter, I'd have to go with Canopy Growth. Yes, Canopy Growth gross margins stumbled, but one quarter doesn't make a trend, and its total sales, market share, and pricing power solidify its position as the cannabis company everyone else has to catch up to. So first we looked at their valuations and their balance sheet, and I gave the edge to Canopy Growth. After reading this article, Motley Fool gave the advantage to Canopy Growth, and I know a lot of my subscribers love Aurora, and they probably are hating me for for saying this and reading this, but right now it looks like Canopy Growth has a bit of an advantage. And even if you look at the market seems to agree with both of us, because right now Canopy Growth was up 3.12% after their earnings, and Aurora Cannabis has kind of declined after their earnings. So that's just another sign that shows the market kind of agrees that they're in favor with Canopy Growth. So this is another article. You guys, I'm not going to read this full article. It's called Better Marijuana Stock, Aurora Cannabis versus Canopy Rivers. So if you ask me which marijuana stock was better picked between Aurora Cannabis and Canopy Growth, I wouldn't blink an eye before responding. In my view, the clear winner is Canopy Growth. But what if the choice was instead being Aurora Cannabis and Canopy Growth spin-off Canopy Rivers? That's an intriguing matchup. I don't think this is even a close comparison. I feel like this is an insult to Aurora Cannabis. But I'm here to bring you guys the news, so I'm just going to skim past this article. If you guys want to read this full article, you guys can check it out. I'm not going to waste your time reading it because I know a lot of you won't even want to hear this. Let's just go straight to the verdict. So from purely financial perspective, Canopy Rivers appears to be the better stock. The company posted a nice profit in the second quarter, boosted by a big gain in fair value of its investments in Canadian cannabis producer Terre Ascent. Aurora Cannabis recorded a big loss in its quarter. Both companies should have solid growth prospects. Canopy Rivers' investments across the cannabis supply chain, though, could give it an edge over Aurora. Overall, I think Canopy Rivers probably is the better marijuana stock over Aurora Cannabis, at least for now. However, the company is still only in its early stages. I'd rather wait and see how it performs for a while before calling Canopy Rivers as a buy for most investors. So according to Motley Fool, they think Canopy Rivers is the better investment. But let's just take a quick look at Canopy Rivers and see why they're speaking so highly of them. So Canopy Rivers, when it IPO'd pretty much at $12 and had such a sharp drop all the way down to $2.50. At $2.50, of course, Canopy Rivers would have been considered a buy, considered how cheap that stock is. And yes, they are very well valued. Canopy Rivers currently has an 11.8 PE ratio. Let's look at their technical analysis. They're a sell, a buy, and a strong buy. And let's look at their 1 minute. It's a buy, and a strong buy. So comparing that to Aurora, technical analysis is more of a buy. Shares outstanding 166 million. When you compare that to Aurora's 998 million, Canopy Rivers is a little more attractive. Market cap 827 million. So they haven't even hit the $1 billion market cap yet. Price to book 3.2, price to earnings 11.8. So looking at these financials, but I do think Canopy Rivers compared to Aurora Cannabis is a lot more undervalued. Canopy Rivers might have potential to grow a lot more, especially because they only have 166 million shares outstanding. Market cap is a lot smaller, and they have a pretty decent PE ratio. Although I don't like the comparison because Aurora is just a huge company, and they'll have the capacity to produce over 500 kilograms of weed a year versus Canopy Rivers, which I don't even know their capacity, but I can imagine it's nowhere close to that. So what do you guys think is the better company, Canopy Growth or Aurora Cannabis? I showed you guys my opinion, and I showed you guys an article on both companies. Also, what do you guys think about that Canopy Rivers Aurora comparison? Is that even a fair comparison, or do you guys think Canopy Rivers is a fairly valued company? Also, you guys asked for it, so here's the two little puppies. You guys seem to enjoy looking at them. They're growing up nice and big now. Their eyes are finally opened, and they're getting really chunky. So don't forget to leave me a thumbs up for the little puppies. Say thumbs up, puppies. Thumbs up. And that's it for now, guys. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and smash that subscribe button. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye-bye.